Making the headlines this morning, Anambra State Housing Commissioner cautions developers on government development policy. Over 200 Nigerians to study with the EU postgraduate scholarship. President Buhari reaffirms commitment to tackle terrorism. Qatar deports migrant workers after wage protest. Before the news in detail, here is a special message. Governor Chukwuma Soludo has come for a total turnaround maintenance of the Anambra State economy and promotion of core Igbo values. Let us give him maximum support for the task ahead. Good morning and welcome to the news. My name is Chidimma Oranwa. Anambra Commissioner for Housing and Urban Development, Honorable Polly Onyeka, has inspected the Anambra Luxury Estate in Nkwele Zunaka Phase 1. Commissioner Onyeka, who was accompanied by a team of builders, architects, surveyors from the ministry, inspected road construction, drainage channels, building under construction, among other places. The commissioner commended the construction company building the estate for following the new Anambra House building policy prospects, but instructed them to provide catchment pits in each compound. Correspondent Njideka Okoye has details.
After the inspection, Commissioner Onyeka observed that the development partner of the estate is developing in line with the government's development policy, but warned that no water should be channeled to the road or other people's land and compound to control erosion and land degradation. The Housing Commissioner stated that the mantra of the present administration is to build a livable and prosperous smart megacity for the Anambra, as livability is very vital to the development pattern, and listed the livability aspects to include creating green veg areas, flower and tree planting, construction of catchment pits within a compound, building not more than 65% of the total portion of the compound, among others, advising developers and construction companies to abide by the new building guidelines for the good of all. Honorable Onyeka stated that there is a great deficit in most states in the country in terms of housing, which Anambra is not exceptional, adding that Anambra is having at least 10,000 housing deficit per year, and that is why Governor Chukwuma Soludo is taking the issue of housing seriously.
This government, because the mantra of this government is to build up a livable and prosperous smart mega city for the Anambra. So in doing so, you see that the livability is very, very key to the developmental pattern. So we don't just develop for development's sake. We develop today under this new government, under this new mantra for livability.
On his part, the chairman, Engineering Monitoring Regulation, Anambra State, Engineer Victor Meju, commended the company handling the estate for involving registered engineering company to supervise their project and called on other developers to emulate them, noting that for a building to have approval, it must go through proper procedure through Physical Planning Board. He commended Governor Soludo for his good plans in building a livable and prosperous smart mega city for the Anambra.
To have approval, it has to go through proper procedure through the Fiscal Planning Board. There must be approval for structural, there must be approval for mechanical and electrical component of a building. These are what constitutes a building to be erected and perfectly done.
From Nkwele Zunaka, Njideka Okoye, ABS News.
There is an Igbo adage that says that a person's name influences his or her conduct in life. This may not be far-fetched as to the reason why Legacy University was named a legacy, so that children who pass through the school will always reflect the name of the institution anywhere they may be after their studies. Just over the weekend, ABS correspondent Ngozi Obileri attended the institution's sixth matriculation ceremony and reports that, true to its name, management of the school holds its name to a very high esteem by bequeathing academics and morals to the students. Her report.
150 students were given admission to study courses of their choice offered in the institution. The institution is currently offering various courses in 2 faculties, which are Faculty of Arts, Social and Management Sciences, with courses as Accounting, Banking and Finance, Business Administration, Economics, Political Science, Public Administration, Sociology and Mass Communication. The Faculty of Natural and Applied Sciences with Biochemistry, Chemistry, Computer Science, and Microbiology as courses of study, all fully accredited. Addressing the matriculants for the 2021-2022 academic session, the Pro-Chancellor of the institution, Dr. Leonard Nkameme, who is also the Chairman Governing Council of the school, appreciated the parents, guardians, and the students for making the school their first choice and warned against cultism, exam malpractice, hooliganism, and other social vices, and advised them to face their studies for their own good. Represented by Dr. Dixon Obonyano, Dr. Nkameme said Legacy University has a peaceful environment architecturally designed for serious academic activities, has competent and skilled staff, e-library, and also secured partnership with international universities.
On behalf of the Board of Trustees, Council, staff, and students of Legacy University of Okija, I welcome you all to the 2021-2022 academic session and the 6th matriculation ceremony of our growing institution. The matriculation of students marks the official entry of every student into the higher institution of learning. This year's matriculation is mostly significant because it is statutory gathering to formally admit deserving and qualified candidates who are fortunate to be offered admission into this great and fast-growing institution.
On his part, the acting vice chancellor of the school, Professor Ezekiel Ihiono, represented by Dr. Uzonna Ibekwe, said they are making unrelenting efforts to establish more faculties and offer more courses, and said that the institution is gracious to God for raising notable individuals of great reputation as their benefactors. Professor Ihiono appealed to Anambra State government to show interest in the institution, especially in the area of access roads into the school, even as he congratulated the matriculants, urging them to be of good behavior.
I now admit you formally to membership of Legacy University and charge you to live up to the expectations of the university as pledged in your matriculation vows. Congratulations.
The acting registrar, Dr. Blessing Mike Obialo, earlier presented the matriculants for official admission, after which she administered oath of obedience to the new students. The Dean, Student Affairs, Mrs. Chinyere Ibe, noted that Legacy University is the university of the moment, encouraging parents to enroll their children to study in the school, as according to her, their tuition fee is the least in the country and can be paid on installments, adding that they keep 24-hour surveillance on the children, all who live in the school hostels, which is why it is impossible for any of them to go astray.
We allow payments by installments, okay, so they can do it if they want to, and I advise them to do it, to come to Legacy University. They will enjoy it, they will like it, because one, we don't go on strike, and again, our students, they all live inside the school, so we know them and we take care of them, so we monitor them. Whatever it is that they are doing, we know.
Earlier in the homily during a mass that ushered in the matriculation ceremony, the parish priest of St. Patrick Catholic Church Okija and the students' chaplain, Reverend Father Ethelbert Ofonatora, advised the students to study hard and anchor their faith on God and endeavor to be ambassadors of the institution always. The event featured cultural dance by the matriculants. From Legacy University Okija, I am Ngozi Obileri for ABS News.
Over 200 young Nigerians are to study in top European universities under the European Union's flagship educational program, Erasmus Mundus. The Erasmus Mundus educational program, which started in 1987, targeting European countries but later extended to other regions including Nigeria, is one of EU's cooperation with Nigeria to reflect its commitment to widening the space and increasing opportunities for young Nigerians to actualize their dreams so as to play their role in contributing to the development of the country. Correspondent Ekwi Ajide has details.
Studies will run for 12 to 14 months and will see each beneficiary studying in at least 3 different universities in as many countries during the duration of the program. And on completion, each scholarship awardee will receive a master's degree jointly awarded by a consortium of universities in the framework of the Erasmus Mundus Joint Master's Program. Key components of the Erasmus Mundus Joint Master's Program are high-level and integrated studies at master's level delivered by an international partnership of higher education institutions. Beneficiaries are expected to study in at least 2 EU member states. Announcing the latest scholarship at the press briefing in Abuja, the EU ambassador to Nigeria and ECOWAS, Ms. Samuela Isopi, said the EU prioritizes its educational partnership with Nigeria, hence the steep increase in the number of Nigeria beneficiaries in the past 2 years from 44 to 200, reaffirming EU's commitment to ramping up programs and activities targeting Nigeria's vibrant young people. She said the gesture gives room for regular migration opportunities for ordinary Nigerians to travel abroad based on their capacity, merit and abilities in their respective fields, adding that this year the scholarship beneficiaries have opportunity to traverse 20 different European countries with a minimum of 3 countries and maximum of 6 countries for each student. The ambassador noted the Erasmus program is a life-changing experience, boosting opportunities for young Nigerians in and outside the country, as it will enable them interact and exchange ideas with other students from different countries across the world. Ms. Isopi emphasized that the program is built on the belief that cultural exchange and education of youth is fundamental for the socioeconomic development of societies as a whole, and also provides opportunities for mobility and cooperation with partner countries beyond Europe. She further revealed that the EU delegation to Nigeria, in collaboration with the Ministry of Education, is working hard to increase the number of Nigerian higher education institutions that participate in the programs, which has an estimated budget of £26.2 billion.
Personally, I'm very much looking forward to meeting all these awardees this Wednesday. And I really, as I said already, I strongly encourage you to join us because I think it's important for them, but it's also an important achievement for Nigeria. So, and we really want to use them in a more effective way to support Nigeria and Nigerians.
In Abuja, Princess Ekwi Ajide, ABS News.
For proper documentation, identification, monitoring and control of members of the profession, the Nigeria Institution of Surveyors, Anambra State Branch, has commissioned Surveyors House at Amobia, Oka South Council Area. Correspondent Amaka Chibuzo Okoye has details.
The foundation of the building was laid in October 2014 and commissioned on August 19, 2022. Governor Chukwuma Soludo and other top officers commissioned the Surveyor's House that comprises a bungalow with main hall, 2 offices and 2-story building with basement, also with a big hall, 16 guest rooms, 3 suites, reception hall with 2 auxiliary rooms and conveniences.
In the name of God the Father, in the name of God the Son, and in the name of God the Holy Spirit.
The aim of erecting the Surveyor's House is for the institution to have a permanent address, halls for meeting, offices for administration, and guest rooms for members and for relaxation during events. Addressing the gathering, Governor Soludo, who was glad at the erection of the edifice, said surveyors plays important roles in nation building, soliciting their support in achieving his aim of building a livable and prosperous Anambra. Professor Soludo, who spoke through the Commissioner for Lands, Professor Ofonze Amushazi, noted that with the cooperation of professional bodies, all the sectors of the state economy will have a facelift, advising that they should punish any of their members who drags the name of the institution to the mud.
In Anambra State, the governor has set out a program to build a livable and prosperous homeland. And that can only be achieved working together with professional associations, the IS being one of the prominent associations we have to work together with. I want to solicit for the cooperation, the state government, the cooperation and support of the NIS, as well as all other associations, to ensure that we achieve our desired objective to have a livable and prosperous homeland.
In his speech, the national president, National Institution of Surveyors, Surveyor Oluwa Motemi, said the edifice will stand the test of time as others will emulate the hard work put in place by the state chairman, Surveyor Chukwudi Nzomiwu, whose tenure ushered in a progressive governance with great pursuits and professional competence and capacity.
This event, as we can all see, it is the Lord's glory and it is marvelous in our sight. The thought or dream of having a structure like this, which is self-built to be known as Surveyors House, is divine.
In an address of welcome, the state chairman of the institution, Surveyor Nzomiwu, extolled the relationship between the institution and the present administration, assuring the state government of their partnership to help the government achieve his good plan for Ndi Anambra.
The aim of building this structure is for the Nigerian Institution of Surveyors Anambra State Branch to have a permanent address, halls for meetings, offices for administrative and guest rooms for members and others' regularization during events like the one we are holding today.
Speaking on behalf of Surveyors Wives Association of Nigeria, the president, Pharmacist Philomena Nzuku, commended the leadership led by Surveyor Nzomiwu for writing their names in the sand of time. Other branches of the institution and professional bodies also felicitated with the Anambra State chapter of the Nigerian Institution of Surveyors. The institution later gave an award of excellence to Governor Soludo, Lands Commissioner Professor Amuche Aze, and his cultural counterpart, Comrade Don Onyenji. Amaka Chibuzo Okoye, ABS News.
President Muhammadu Buhari has reiterated the commitment of his administration to tackle terrorists and bandits who have been putting their knees on the necks of Nigerians. Buhari gave the assurance at the Citizens Summit for National Integration, Peace and Security, convened by the Nigeria Institute of Public Relations and partners, with the theme Reopen Conversation, Rebuild Trust, Health in Abuja. Represented by the Minister of Information and Culture, Alhaji Lai Mohammed, Buhari assured Nigerians that just like his administration had put the seemingly unstable farmers' headers crisis under control, it will also successfully tackle the terrorists and bandits. He said these efforts will not stop or reduce. Buhari, who commended gallant men and women in uniform, appealed to all compatriots to continue to support them in their onerous task of keeping the country safe. Qatar has deported migrant workers who protested about unpaid wages as the country prepares for the Football World Cup in November. The government said those who were deported had breached the security laws since Qatar was awarded the World Cup in 2010, sparking a wave of construction of stadiums and infrastructure across the country. Its treatment of migrant workers has been questioned. The Al Bandari International Group company is predominantly a construction and engineering company. The Qatari government confirmed that a number of workers who took part in the rare protests in Doha had been detained for breaching public security laws. The government said the Al Bandari Group was already under investigation for not paying its workers, and further action is being taken after a deadline to settle payment had been missed. The workers who protested were from Bangladesh, India, Nepal, Egypt and the Philippines, according to Mr. Qadri. Ukraine has launched its new football season despite Russia's ongoing invasion in an apparent attempt to give a morale boost to the war-ravaged nation. In the first match of the Ukrainian Premier League, Shakhtar Donetsk drew 0-0 with Metlis 1925 from Kharkiv at the Olympic Ski Stadium in Kyiv. In an emotional pre-match ceremony, the players of both teams and the referees entered the pitch wrapped in Ukrainian flags and unfolded a banner that read, "We are of the same courage." In addition, Metalist 1925 played the match wearing T-shirts with the emblem of Ukraine Armed Forces instead of the traditional sponsor logo. After a minute of silence in memory of the Ukrainians who died as a result of the Russian invasion, the first symbolic kick of the ball was made by a Ukrainian soldier. Matches will be held without spectators due to security reasons, but passerbys outside the stadium in Kyiv voiced their support. The decision is beginning this year as season reportedly came from President Volodymyr Zelensky himself in order to give the country a moral boost. The last overall festival for Igwe Chinyelo Nnemeke Nwora Moloku of Amobi community has been announced. Igwe Nwora Moloku, who died on 29th August 2021 at the age of 76, was married to Lolo Justina Nwora Moloku, a nurse with a Chevron Nigeria Limited, and was educated at various schools, including Aba Technical College, Aba, after which he ventured into salesmanship, according to family source. Correspondent Joseph A. Bocha has details.
At a press conference to announce the last Ofala festival of the traditional ruler, the chairman of Media and Publicity Committee for the event, Chief Emmanuel Okoye, and the younger brother to the monarch, Sir Nchekube Nwora Moloku, described Igwe as disciplined and humble man who, upon winning the Obaligwe Amobia, used the position to heal past wounds, initiate cultural revival, and foster unity among Amobia indigenes. According to them, among other activities lined up for the event, interdenominational church service will hold tomorrow, 25th August, from 10 a.m. at Obogelega Palace, Amobia, after a 21 cannon shots today, Wednesday, to herald the commencement of the last Ofala festival, followed by condolence visits. On Friday, 26th August 2022, there will be another 21 cannon shots, followed by Uvie music and condolence visits by Obaligwe Amobia Cabinet, Nze Ekwumueze, Nze Amobia Society, all age grades in Amobia, as well as Omoada Amobia. On Saturday, 27th August 2022, there will be another 21 cannon shots and cultural displays, after which there will be a royal procession led by Prince Mo Loku. Afterwards, the prince will ascend the throne at the palace with full traditional Ofala regalia, seated between Osojieze and the President General of Amobia Town Union, cabinet members Ndinze Nozo Amobia, Anambra State Governor Professor Chukwuma Soludo, top government officials, royal fathers from different places, and other dignitaries are expected at the event that will also feature, among other things, last Ofala dance by Prince Mo Loku and Igwe's cabinet, as well as turning of Obaligwe's seat with 21 cannon shots to signify the end of reign of Igwe Chinyelo Nwora Mo Loku and the declaration of vacancy for the Obaligwe throne. Outing church service at St. Peter's Anglican Church, Amobia, by royal family and friends will mark the end of the last Ofala festival. From Amobia, Inoka South local government area, Joseph Ebocha reporting for ABS News.
That's just about it on the news, but before we go, remember that you can follow news and programs on ABS from any parts of the world by liking our Facebook page, Arts ABS Radio Television. Subscribe to our YouTube page, Arts ABS Television, Oka. Follow us on Instagram, Arts ABS Radio TV. Log on to our website at www.absradiotv.com. And now the main points again. Anambra State Housing Commissioner has questioned developers on government development policy. Over 200 Nigerians are to study with EU postgraduate scholarship. President Buhari has reaffirmed commitment to tackle terrorism. Qatar has deported migrant workers after a wage protest. And here's a special message again. Governor Chukwuma Soludo has come for a total turnaround, maintenance of the Anambra State economy and promotion of core Igbo values. Let's give him maximum support for the tax ahead. And that's it on the news this morning. Thank you so much for watching. My name is Chidima Orangwa. Good morning.